What's up, everyone? Welcome into Anime Plus, episode 102. I'm Alex. Hopefully you're having a phenomenal day. Whatever day you're watching this, if you're watching alongside of us live, or checking out after the fact, listening after the fact, whatever the case is, we appreciate the hell of you. Make sure to drop a follow or subscribe wherever you are listening or watching. I do got Zach here with me in studio. Zach, how we doing? How we feeling?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to go. You sure you want to cut that? I mean, you could just save that for later.
I could, yeah. Just I could put like a nice little sound effect over here.
There you go.
We don't use sound effects.
We don't.
We need to get around to it, but. Yeah, looking forward to today's episode. We got some good episodes to chat about. At least in my opinion. I will say I have dropped 2 of my shows though. It is what it is. Revenger just didn't end up keeping me, and Trigun Stampede. I don't think I'm ready for that commitment because I feel
probably not.
I feel like that's gonna be a pretty lengthy commitment. It's gonna be like your Dragon Quest, or it's gonna be like how Shaman King just went till it finished.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm ready for that. So no, that got dropped, even though it was entertaining. That did get dropped for me. I was looking ahead though. We're gonna be pretty packed for spring. I noticed the show is gonna be popping. I thought fall was popping for us. Spring might be worse. Like there might be a lot of shows in the lineup for
I don't
spring.
know. We cut off a lot for fall.
We did. And I feel like the same thing could happen here with spring. I don't know. It just depends, and it also depends on if we get our new co-host or not, because I think it might happen from the looks of it. We'll see, though. Shout out to that. Also, shout out to some Rogue Energy. Use the referral link down below to go pick up some Rogues. Support us. We'd appreciate that, as well as go check out Agent Inc. and pick up a jersey, because Handyman Plus is the best jersey on the website. I'll start turning down the music now. We kind of go ahead and get into stuff. We need to power through this show here today. Have a great time. But before we do that, Zach, anything you want to shout out? Anything on your mind that we need to shout out? Also, make sure to, I haven't done anything with it yet from last episode. Make sure to go follow us over at TikTok at Sparky3Official. I took the weekend off and I didn't really do any editing of any kind, but our last Anime Plus episode, the big old Q&A we did, fun episode there. Gonna have a lot of TikTok content out of that.
I assume so.
I just gotta sit down and make it. Like I said, took this weekend off and just chilled, had a great time. And get back to the grind this weekend. Make a lot of TikToks from ATFS, Game Static, this episode, last Anime Plus episodes. Make sure to give us a follow over at TikTok at Sparky3Official. Yeah, anything you want to shout out before we get into stuff?
Not really. Just this year, apparently, I'm starting to dig up a bunch of series again that I read 4 years ago that are now getting animated.
Yeah, and just randomly appears. Like, oh, that's a thing. Oh, that's a thing?
Yeah.
The only thing that I want to shout out, because I thought it was kind of interesting. Yeah, 2 things I want to shout out, actually. Is when I was looking at Anime Live Chart earlier, just kind of peeking through some stuff. Apparently, Ayakashi Triangle's on hiatus. I don't know why.
Oh.
Apparently, it aired 5 episodes, and it went on hiatus, and it stated no idea when it's coming back. It's just on hiatus.
It was just too steamy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It got a little too steamy for people. I don't know. I haven't watched it. I haven't seen anything about it either. No, I haven't seen anyone chat about it, so I forgot it was a thing. Honestly, I did. But,
I mean, I don't, because it pops up every week on Crunchyroll, at least during those first 5 episodes.
Okay, yeah. I guess I didn't see it on Crunchyroll. I don't know. The other thing I want to shout out is that I did start rewatching Summertime Rendering, and it is so fascinating to go back and watch this show, me now knowing everything that happened. So it's just like all the little... Everything's in front of you with that show.
Yeah.
Like everything is there. Like you see everything where it's like, oh. And it's just like, it's really fascinating. And also, I think you chatted about it a couple weeks ago, and I want to further double down on it. Fuck Hulu subtitles. They suck. They suck.
Yes.
They ruined a couple of really notable things in my opinion. Like it's stuff that obviously I knew as a viewer, but like as we're watching the subtitles, before anything started to go awry, like before there was any sort of sus flags, it was episode 4, I think, where, when Shinpei kind of meets back up with the crew at the festival, and this is where Urshiro, Shadow Urshiro appears to herself, whatever. And at this moment, that's not Shinpei. That's a shadow version of Shinpei. The subtitle literally says Shadow Shinpei. And I'm just like, bro, really? Like, are you shitting me?
That's a pretty big... surprise ruined.
Yeah, and then also it also gave a later in the game spoiler, in my opinion, with Hizuru, because the character, as we know it in these first few episodes, introduces himself as Renosuke.
Yeah.
Nagamo, whatever. And that's how that character's being acknowledged. But the subtitle says Hizuru, and I'm just like, guys, that's like 10 episodes from now, or 8 episodes from now, or whatever. Like, really? Really? Come on, man. Fuck Hulu subtitles, bro. Yeah, they're not good.
I mean, they're good quality in that they translate what you want to know.
Yeah.
They're bad at not spoiling story stuff.
Yeah.
Seeing as they address specifically, I mean, honestly, they'd be a lot better if they took off the whoever's speaking box.
Yeah.
Acknowledging who's speaking.
Right.
I mean, I get why they have it there, but at the same time, it's not great.
No, it's not. It's not.
It ruins a lot of moments.
God, that made me so mad when I saw that. Saw Hizuru, and I immediately said, "Oh, well, that's a spoiler for later." And it's like Shadow Shinpei, and I'm like, "Oh, well, that's a spoiler for 8 minutes from now." It's like, okay. Oh, jeez. Anyway, let's get into some anime chat here today. We'll kick things off with My Hero, since it is like the thumbnail and the title. Shout out to My Homeless Academia.
My homeless academia.
I sent that to Diaz because he now caught up on My Hero, and I sent him like, "Oh yeah, dude, my Homeless Academia arc is great," and he's just like, "LOL." I'm just like, I can't take credit for that one. That one's Zach's name. Whenever the arc was happening in the manga, but no, this was a very important episode.
Oh yeah,
for a lot of reasons. Not only are you getting more characters involved with the big secret of, what One for All is, but also just the big conversation with all the previous users, getting to see the second and third user in color for the first time. So even though I know my train has been derailed for a while, it further derailed it.
Easily.
He's got like red hair. Like, second user is not Bakugo. That is the train I was riding for a long time. That train is derailed a long time ago.
For anyone who's only been watching anime, this is the first time actually getting see all the previous users. Because before that, we had only seen, of course, the seventh user.
Yep, seventh user.
Seventh user and the fifth user, and then the first.
Yeah, fifth user. Yeah, the Django, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
is the fifth user. Also, I don't know if I ever sent you this, but did I ever send you the thing how like the Django is like designed after like a video game character?
No, Banjo or whatever his name is.
Banjo. Yeah, I'll have to send you that. Like, it's some Wii game that. Like, I'm telling you, man, you put them side by side, because I was scrolling through my phone the other day for pictures to find an old photo of something, and I found those pictures of where I found the character from the Wii game and My Hero character, and I put them side by side, and I sent someone like, "Are these the same characters?"
That's funny.
Like, and bro, they're identical, like straight up inspiration. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, no, this is the first time where everyone's gotten to see all of the characters, and plus you get to learn more of the quirk, the fourth user's quirk that appeared in the last battle, plus kind of his breakdown of what happened to him, that he died of old age, and that's what was scratched out in the book, even though he was only like 30 or like 40 years old or something.
Yeah, he was 40 years old.
Yeah,
he was just in seclusion, building up the power and everything, and just drops.
Yeah, just dies, and dude, old age apparently. And then kind of like the big, I guess bombshell for the quirk, and really like I guess the story to a sense is that like Deku could be the final One for All user, because quirkless people is a very, it's rare.
Yeah, it's rare at this point in
it's
the
very
society.
very rare. So like and they did say that it's not for sure, but it's definitely possible that you are the final user.
Yeah, and then they also said more or less like the just rarity that both him and then All Might, who are both quirkless, just within a generation or two gap. So
yeah, I know. And it also puts in perspective for the anime only viewers out there of if Mirio would have got the quirk, wouldn't have ended well for him.
No.
Yeah, because he was the one that was supposed to get, he was the one that All Might was going to give it to before he met Deku.
Yeah.
So Mirio fans out there that are anime only viewers, this is kind of like a realization for them that if he would have got it, it would not have ended well. Sure, it would have got another cool quirk.
And he would have done well, but he would not have lived long.
He would not have lived long. No. This episode also, it had the vibe that the last the end of the fight had, where it really felt like a loss for the heroes, right? Like the battle ended in a stalemate, but it felt like a loss for the heroes. That is further, you can really continue to feel that with heroes that are now stepping down, including a top 10 ranked hero, that old man, the night god. That was the episode before, though.
Yeah, I was about to say, what are you talking about? That wasn't this episode.
Yeah, the episode before, him stepping down, and just the formation of the top 3 heroes, basically taking full accountability of everything that is being put out there about them. Hawks with, the murder of, that villain, everything with Endeavor and his son, which also those episodes with his backstory was done extremely well, by the way, with Toya. At least in my opinion, I thought they were done exceptionally well. But you really feel the weight of it, where the heroes have really lost this fight, at least for now. You really feel that weight, at least in my opinion.
You already know my stance on how you say loss, because it's more of a societal breakdown than just outright loss. Just because you even see
that's how I mean it. That's how I mean it.
Even like in the press conference, because there's a lady that asks a question, and just straight up goes, and everyone's more or less saying, "We want you to tell us that it lie to us, give us some sort of inkling that everything is still going to be all right."
Yep.
And that lady even just straight breaks down, and she's just like, "That's not what we want to hear." And I think it's Endeavor. She's like, "Well, would it change anything if I told you that?" And she's like, "No."
Yeah, exactly.
And then we get that nice little montage of all the 3 of them are speaking at that press conference of, it would be a disrespect to all the heroes. And we just see all the beat the fuck people from the fight, all just getting ready to throw down again.
Yep.
With Miruko. I always forget the dragon lady's name.
Fuck. I just lost it.
Yeah. Her, of course, our badass that is Edogawa. Yeah, we just get to see all them prep to continue fighting again.
Yeah. And then, the episode comes to a close with Deku leaving My Hero Academia. Yeah, I already saw it. I already saw it. Yeah, I already saw it. With him leaving, UA and leaving the letter for everyone, telling everyone the truth. So his whole class is now aware of his big secret that he's had all throughout this series. And then that great shot of Vigilante Deku, Homeless Deku, My Homeless Academia arc has officially begun. Which this is a very good arc. I'm very excited to see these last 2 episodes play out.
Then also got the nice little narration there of him, of just a final chapter of how he became the final hero, and then all the requests for other heroes from other. We got all the silhouettes of, I assume, some heroes that got introduced in My World Mission, and then one that we may get to see later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Very good episode though. Yes. A solid context episode. Gave you just a lot of information episode. Yes. Very, very good episode. Super excited for My Homeless Academia. Like I already said, we already got one awesome Bakuman. I think we're going to get the other this season.
I think we should, because I think it's probably going to end about there.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think it's going to end after the Hio Deku kind of gets reeled back in a little bit. I feel like it's going to end after that. That's kind of my prediction. But no, very good episode. Very much enjoyed it.
I just realized we're gonna have like 6 or 7 episodes of nothing but rain.
I know, nothing but rain. Vigilante Deku, man, out there in the rain grinding. It's gonna be fun though. Very fun. Let's hit one of your shows, Campfire or Handyman. Which one you want to hit?
I'm honestly just hit Handyman, because I mean, this series is, since we've missed so many episodes, me explain, it's like really hard to go hold, because I can't think of the author's name, but they did a real good job with this series, and just all these little segments and whatnot, just putting them in there to give us this just full story connection where you can always loop back to stuff and references. Because more or less, there's a ninja in the dungeon with his 2 great demon friends, greater demon buddies, who he's in the dungeon attacking high-level parties to get the legacy of the wizard who can control time, manipulate time, that's in the dungeon. And he's teamed up with his 2 demon buddies because he went to assassinate a witch who he can step on people's shadows and stop them. But when he stepped on her shadow, he didn't know it was connected to hell. So he got sent to hell. He went to hell, beat up a bunch of demons, escaped, brought 2 demons back with her to attack her again, only to kiss her because he fell in love with her. Okay?
What a turn of events.
Okay. He kisses her and all that stuff, and then he runs away because he's a ninja. Then he searches for her house. He finds her house.
Creepy.
And it's the ninja and the witch. He finds her house, goes in there, finds her, older lady in the basement, and he realizes it's her. this fairy shows up, this Blackwing fairy, who's the witch's best friend's like, this is your fault. It's like, my fault? It's like, yeah, she was cursed ages ago by another demon to stop her aging, and the curse was stuck on her. It was killed later by another magician, and the curse can only be broken if she fell in love. And then you kissed her, and she fell in love. Shit. And he's goes just like, oh, so you were actually serious about loving her. It wasn't just a one-time thing. Oh, shit. Well, there's something you can do if you actually really love her. What is it? There's a wizard in a dungeon where we can go. All right, let's go. Because this episode is literally just them fighting Saito and his group, and also telling the past of the ninja and the witch, the fairy and the witch, and then all the fights in between. So we got the backstory. There's fighting because as Saito and the group are being attacked by this ninja and whatnot, all the other parties that have been introduced and they've interacted with naturally show up. We have the lolly with the axe and the rough dude he's a wizard and a thief, and he also fell in love with Saito. It was
Who wouldn't fall in love with Saito?
It was a whole nother episode where Saito opens up a chest and says something, and it's like, Saito didn't just open the chest.
He opened my heart.
He also opened Gun's heart. So he's like, his lolly partner's like, yeah, no, he's stalking you, Saito. That happens. Then the elf warrior and her sadistic healer shows up. They had a duel with Raizo over a chest, and they saw that they're having trouble, so she joins up and starts helping Raizo. And then our healer girl, I say she's a masochistic because of the thing. The elf warrior doesn't care about herself, and she likes to fight. And the cleric girl wants to own the elf. She finds joy in healing the elf every time seeing her injured, and then healing her makes her feel like she owns her just a bit more.
Yep.
So she shows up. She does a combination high-level spell with Lafayette, our fairy girl, to take out one of the demons, send it back to the demon world. And the ninja's like, I'm going to be a joke of a demon. I'm supposed to hide in the shadows, be lonely, but here I am taking a hit for a demon. And all that stuff. He gets hit. Then we get the fairy and the witch's backstory, where the fairy was a Blackwing fairy, which is a very rare fairy because their wings contain a lot of magic, being chased around by adventurers. She hates adventurers because of that. And she goes, if I become fat, they won't want me. She was wrong. They still wanted her, and it just made her slower because she's chubby. Witch saves her. They become best friends, yada, yada, yada. And that's why she's now in the dungeon with the ninja and the demons to try and find a way to save the witch. Then we also have the government kingdom-made hero party of a successful warrior made up, a idol witch, and then a priest who has connections.
That's sketchy. A priest who has connections.
Yes.
I don't like the sound of that.
His uncle was part of the committee that made the party.
Oh, God.
And they also live streamed through a magic crystal ball.
Of course they do.
And he left the live stream on when the hero and the mage were fucking. So, like, just straight up.
Just fucking going to town, man.
Yes.
Raw dogging.
Yes. Making himself look like he's the victim in this, as those two are doing things when he's asleep.
Okay.
He wasn't asleep, mind you.
Yeah.
He's also the trickster of the group because it's a whole thing. But he gained a respect for Saito when the two of them were trapped with each other, and he shows up to help master Saito out of respect for him. Lines everyone up. Everyone's facing off, and then the fairy's like, "We have to win. We can't win," and start to summon I think it says like a dark tier 8 dark fiend, and she's sacrificing the wings on her back, and the ninja's just like, I forget what the ninja's name is right now. She's like, rip off my wings, you coward ninja, fucking do it. It's like,
Jesus Christ.
And he can't do it. She's like, fine, I'll do it myself. She telekinetics.
All right, Thanos.
She telekinetics 2 kunais and cuts off her wings, and the ninja's like, what are you doing? She finishes the spell, summons a great fucking demon pillar. Everyone's like, oh shit, that's not good. The elf warrior attacks it, and it finishes with this pillar with tons of eyes on it opening up and shooting off one of the elf's ears.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck is this show?
I'm telling you, it's hard because, man, the author does a fantastic job in this series of putting all these parts because of how it's sectioned. It's like little short stories, but with how they wrote it out, everything connects by the end of all these interactions, all the characters.
Okay.
Because like you even miss, I forgot the wizard dwarf, the tank wizard was in it because we found out the previous episode he's actually an apprentice of Morlock, and Morlock has amnesia and was apparently a grand wizard in a country in the east, but he disappeared 20 years ago. And this dwarf's been looking for him because he's his apprentice. And he's like, Master. And he's like, yeah, I don't know you. It has this whole emotional moment. He's like, yes, I forget his name. And Morlock's like, oh, never heard of you. And all this fun stuff. So we discover Morlock's a famous wizard in the east and everything, but he's a senile old man now who can't remember shit. So he's also there with his crossbow and magic tankness. Then there was also the strength wizard that had to give up on the dungeon because he's just an old man wizard with a staff as large as this room.
Damn.
Yes. And instead of using magic, he bonks everything.
Bonk.
And he quit because his staff...
Is it like a horny bonk? Like go to horny jail?
No, it's like a smasher in the ground now.
Oh, okay. Okay. So not horny jail.
No.
Horny death.
Yes.
Okay.
He gets to the entrance of the new section of the dungeon go, oh, my staff can't fit through. Well, I'm done here.
All right, deuces.
And yeah, but no, that was the main episode, was all the fighting and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to throw it in there, but we missed all the episodes with the king of the entire country.
With the big dick?
No.
Oh.
That was a king of the past.
Oh, okay.
This is the current king.
But so he doesn't have a big dick?
As far as we're aware, he doesn't.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But he is probably the most powerful person in the entire world because in one of the episodes, he straight up goes, oh, there's a demon lord. Well, go send some people. Our Majesty, the the army we sent has been destroyed. Oh, well, I guess I'll go take care of it myself. He gets up. We're talking like he's like 120. He gets up, goes away, comes back that night. With the head. It's the Demon King's head. They're now buddies.
Oh, okay.
So him and the Demon King are just playing chess, and like in a previous episode, the Demon King literally just becomes the captain of the guards. They insert him in a random human body, and he's just hanging out now with the king.
Okay. All right. Shout out to that.
Yeah.
Couple kings just chilling.
Yep.
Drop your crown, king. Here you go. Just go have a vibe.
Pretty much. I'm fairly sure, based on everything I've seen, this king, he could straight up kill everyone without even a concern in his life.
Right. This show took a massive twist for me since we missed so many weeks.
Oh, yeah.
This took such a massive twist. Like, I'm just like, what? Like this. All right.
I told you it gets wild. I stated this after the first episode.
You did.
This series gets wild.
All right, you did. He did. That's fair. And I see it now because, last time we chatted about it was episode 1.
Yeah.
So it's just like, whew, lots happened. Oh my gosh. All right, let's hit Tokyo Revengers. We'll go Tokyo. Then we'll maybe hit Campfire maybe, and then finish off with 2 Year Eternity and BLUELOCK. We'll do that.
That sounds good.
So Tokyo Revengers season 2, episode 5. So there's a lot to take in with this episode. Yes, but the first thing that I want to shout out, I have to shout it out, and you know exactly what it is. The animators. I think it's still Linden Films. Cheeky motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Including a very hilarious Easter egg in the backstory of when Takemichi met Hina and Kisaki. If you know, you know. That's all I'll say.
And
if you know, you know.
It's literally an Easter egg. And
it is 1,000,000%. If you know, you know. And that's a TikTok. Anyway, but no, seriously, as soon as I saw that moment, I had to pause. I had to rewind. Like, wait, what did I like? What's up with the random dude? And I started looking at him like, wait a fucking minute. And I went back and I read the chapter. It's like chapter, I think like 95, I think, is when this episode took place. Nope, definitely not in there. 1,000,000% not in there.
Yeah, because Alex sent it to me, and I sent him a long description of how I felt about it. And I can't say it because it'd be spoiler.
It is, and it's like spoilers for like probably like 3 years from now, maybe. Like legit.
Like, it spoils the entire series if you know.
It does. Like I said, if you know, you know. So, and if you had read the manga and you just maybe missed this, go back and watch the episode and watch that scene again, and you will see just a hilarious Easter egg, like 10 out of 10. I'm actually really glad they included it. I really am. I think it's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, episode itself though, number one for me. I had to remind myself that, oh yeah, this is not a 24 episode season because it's like we're
it's
5
just
episodes
12.
in, and it's like, man, shit's about to go down. Like this is going quick.
It's already Christmas Eve.
Yeah, so it's just like I had to remind myself of that this is a shorter season, so because it's just the pacing for it is quick, because we are at Christmas Eve.
I think we are going to see a little bit further than I thought we were, because the ending song shows the. I won't say that. That's a bit spoiler.
Okay, I'll leave it alone.
But yeah, no, the end credits has a shot in it that's much further than I thought we were going to get to. So.
Right. And I will say also, a couple things that was really important to this episode that follows back up from some ties in season one is season one, whenever, he goes back to the present. And Hina dies then to Akun. She told him then on Christmas Eve, "You broke up with me. Why?" And now we know. Yeah, we know, and now he knows because he's over here on top of the world, whatever. And then the dad comes and meets him, and up front just asks him like, "Hey, break up with my daughter. I need you to break up with my daughter. You're a hoodlum." And he ends up doing it. He realizes at that moment, he's like, Christmas Eve. That's when I break up with her. Oh shit! It's like all the pieces come falling together.
And the reason not just because he's a hoodlum, the father straight up says is like, can you truly promise you that nothing would come back on Hina through your shit?
And obviously Takamichi knowing everything that he knows, yikes.
Yeah. So in his consciousness, as much as he doesn't want to try and protect Hina, he breaks up with her. And we also find out Hina can throw a better punch than Takamichi.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking straight clocks him.
Just beats the shit out of him. I love the scene whenever he comes back in to meet the gang and his face is just pulverized. Yeah.
And our gang is the makeshift team of Hanma, Kisuke, Mitsuya.
Not Mitsuya.
Shifuya.
Shifuya.
And Takamichi, which I liked Hanma's name of Seasons Beatings.
Yes.
Team Seasons Beatings.
I like that moment of where Hanma's going through different team names. Like we know the real agenda here, but it's like in this moment, just like him trying to be like a team player almost. I thought it was funny.
I mean, Hanma's always just been vibing. I don't care at any moment in the series. He is just vibing.
He's just there. He's just there to do his own thing and just chill. He is
Kisuke's partner, and he just vibes.
Yes.
Even in the stuff that happens after Holy Night, he's still just vibing.
Yes, accurate. But yeah, we're Christmas Eve now. Shit's actually about to go down here, and it's going to start going down in probably the next episode because really this whole fight, honestly, was a lot of chapters. We're gonna be real, it was a lot of chapters. So there's a lot of shit that's about to go down here soon. Some pretty big reveals too that's about to happen involving the siblings.
Yeah, we got the whole Hakai backstory and Hakai, Taiju, and Yuzua's whole backstory and the whole thing. That wasn't this episode, but we got that whole slight backstory.
Yep.
And there was also the Coco giving them the information of where Taiju's going to be.
Yeah,
by
he
himself.
just wants money. You get that kind of tidbit that he just wants money.
Also, I wanted to discuss the character change that is Inoue.
Okay.
He's much more of a hard ass when we first meet him compared to what he comes to.
Dude, yes. I noticed that immediately.
I don't know what happens to his character.
Yeah, I noticed that immediately because as soon as he appeared, I'm just like, I remember him being a lot more chilled.
Yeah.
What?
And this isn't really a spoiler because you'll see it regardless. He has a hard character flip at some point.
Yes.
And I'm honestly not sure where it happens.
Yeah. One thing I also just want to kind of shout out here, because we haven't had a chance to chat about it, obviously, in the past 3 weeks, is within this season, of course, like episode 2 or 3, we did get a moment I feel like a lot of Tokyo Revengers fans from season 1 was looking forward to, of where Takamichi told someone else of his secret.
Yes.
Where you have that moment between Shifuya and Takamichi where Takamichi just tells him everything, and he's like inner monologue. He's just like, I just started talking and I couldn't stop. Which then Chifuya's just like, huh, okay. Yep, that makes sense. All right, cool. I'm with you. And it's just like, all right, shit, bet.
He's just like, it makes a lot of weird shit you've done make a lot more sense.
I mean, that is fair. And honestly, we'll see that same realization in season 3 too.
Maybe.
If
it's what we think it would, yes.
If season 3 is what we think it is, yes, you'll see that exact same moment with another character. Just the realization of, shit, yeah, everything that he's done does kind of make a little bit more sense now. Okay, all right. I also really did enjoy just the interactions between Takamichi and Shifuya over those couple episodes where they basically became best buds and stuff. Like where Takamichi's trying to get Mikey to not not
get rid of Hakai.
Yeah, exactly. And, he keeps looking over at Shifuya, and Shifuyu's like thumbs up, just with these dumb fucking plans.
And then Takamichi's just like, I forgot. He's a moron.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. Oh, God. I love that tag team. Chifuya and Takamichi is a great tag team, man. Rest in peace to Baji, but Takamichi and Chifuya is a great tag team.
I mean, Baji's tag team partner was Kazutora.
I mean, that's true. That you're right. That was his OG tag team partner. So you're right there.
And if we really want to go, Baji's real tag team partner should have been his mother.
Also true.
His mother gives no fucks.
Also true. All right, let's hit Campfire and Cooking in Another World. What we got going on over there?
So he's continuing to travel the world. He's acquired a map, but this episode he has acquired a baby slime that he fed just junk because slimes will eat anything. So it became a second familiar. And then he just more or less made more food, scared a much more townspeople with his wolf. Learned how to use magic, and met a goddess. Well, they didn't meet a goddess, but a goddess more or less through Fenrir, because Fenrir is blessed by the goddess of the wind. She offered, because in a previous episode, he said out loud that he wanted a blessing, and she heard that. So she was willing to give him a minor blessing if he prayed and sent her offerings of otherworldly sweets.
Okay.
So more or less,
I love otherworldly sweets too.
Yes. So more or less sweets from his world. She's more like, I'll give you a blessing if you send me these. So he sends it to. Then we have a moment of goddess acting like a schoolgirl eating sweets for like 8-10 minutes. And then him practicing magic while Fenrir went to go check something, and then her was like, this is a divine message. Oh, are you the goddess Ninra? Yes. Oh, what can I do for you? I would like for you to pray and send me an offering another. Specifically of these things. He's like, are you just asking for sweets? No, this is a divine message. It sounds like you're just begging for sweets. No, this is definitely a divine message. You should do this.
You should send me some sweets. It's definitely a divine message.
And I'm just like,
that's how you get some sweets, people.
And I'm just like, okay. This just sounds like a girl wanting sweets, but okay. And then Favor's like, oh, you're really into prayer, I see. He's like, no, more like harassment, but hey. And they carry on with their life. He gained the goddess's blessing and slime, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that the episode?
Yep.
Okay. What about To Your Eternity then?
So
this one's coming to a close too. You only got 4 episodes left.
And we're getting
5. You have 5 episodes
We're
left.
getting into some fun stuff.
Oh boy.
So this episode was actually the beginning of the assault from the Nokers on Renreal.
Ooh, this is good shit then.
Yes.
This is good shit.
And we actually, in the previous episode, right towards the end, in which the beginning of this episode got the initial attack of more or less the trebuchets that the Nokers create, hitting the walls and knocking off March's body off the wall and releasing her from the rope. March is alive again. And she's running around looking for Fushi.
Yep.
So we have one of our main casts back alive.
Yep.
Running around.
One of them.
Yes. Because then also at the end of this, we have the Nokers attacking Fushi, getting drained of him just focusing on everything, fighting him off, everyone eventually leading to him just being exhausted and passing out, and the crew more or less throwing up a metal sheet on top of him and protecting him while the fighting is going on. And he wakes up to Mazar, Leto, and can't remember his name. But it's the guy who can't feel pain. Do you remember him?
Yeah, but I don't remember his name either.
It starts with an H. I can't remember.
I don't have
but
it.
Fushi wakes up to all three of them being dead. And then Noker's being attacking over the walls and whatnot. And Kohaku being his strange, I'm in love with you, Fushi. You only need me. Self.
He's only in love with that one form.
No, this is at this point where he just outright loves Fushi regardless.
Okay.
Because there's a moment where someone asks him about that. He's like, this is my love truly being tested. Doesn't matter what form Fushi takes.
I do love that immediate turnaround with Kohaku where like Fushi transforms into like March's older sister or whatever. And it's just like, oh, hello. And then it's just like, you can be whatever you want. Be the bear. I don't care.
Well, the bear's currently gone because he lost
No, not the bear.
Yeah, he lost that form in one of in the swamp fight. So the bear's currently gone.
Damn, not the bear.
But yeah, and it more or less it rounds all that stuff, the attack, everyone's feelings about it, people suffering, the Nokers poisoning the water so they don't have a water supply and things like that. And then Fushi realizing those three are dead. And then him creating bodies of them. And then it ends off with Fushi being angry, picking up a sword and going full Spartan. Where he just dives in the Nokers and starts fighting. And then the preview episode it's called the Three Internal Warriors.
Here
and
we go.
And it has a shot of Bon with a knife over their bodies.
Here we go.
So we're getting into some fun stuff now.
Oh yeah, shit's about to start popping off now.
Because I'm gonna have a great moment with one of those last three episodes when I get to see Fushi just become Oprah.
Facts.
Because that's all I see in that scene.
I mean, that's accurate. Yeah. If you know, you know.
And also in the preview episode, we had the moment where Bon revealed to the other three, Haro's his name.
Yeah. Okay.
To Haro, Mezar, and Leto, that he can see spirits, and they all get to see the black.
The man in black.
Yeah, the man in black. And because he reveals himself, and all of them being like, oh shit! Where'd he come from?
It's like, who is this guy? Oh man, that's
and more or less him just revealing to all of them that he's bringing Fushi up to take his spot and all this fun stuff.
Right. You know, I need to peek back in to the manga. I'm just gonna click on like the latest chapter here soon, just to get a vibe of like, all right, where are we at now?
It's just in a future arc now. There's full on space tech.
So you already did it?
No, I have
okay.
no
You're
clue.
just guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to take a peek soon. I'm very curious because where me and you dropped it, we were both getting bored. Like, be up front.
It was going very slow.
It was. So I'm gonna peek
and I
back.
think there was some author health issues going on at the time.
Okay,
but
that's fair.
it was still going really slow.
Right. I'm going to peek back in.
We were like going at a snail's pace.
I'm going to peek back in. I'm curious. I want to know what's going on now. Because
it was like watching an episode of Dragon Ball while they're charging up the Spirit Bomb.
Yeah. And that charging up takes, 60 episodes instead of 30. So you'll have to check back in on that. All right, let's finish up anime chats with BLUELOCK episode 17. We're getting some good shit. I mean, this is a good match going on right now.
You still haven't read any of this, have you?
Not this.
Okay,
No,
cool.
no. I'm gonna pick back up the manga here soon. Probably when this season is over, I'm probably gonna pick back up the manga.
We're gonna have a great moment next episode.
Ooh, are we now?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited. No, this match right now between Chigiri and Kunigami and Rio
versus the Wonder Team that is Isagi, Nagi, and Baro.
Love this squad, dude. I love this team. I really do. Because I love number one, outside of the match, I love the back and forth between them where you get to see his other side of Baro where he's very
Baro.
Yeah, he's very by the books and he has his set of rules on things and he's very cleanly and everything. I thought that was hilarious. But then also just like in the match, as this match is progressing and Baro is trying to be a one-man army as he is.
King.
Yeah, he is the king. Of Isagi realizing I need to devour Baro, which is so cool.
That was a great shot where it starts the match where Isagi's seeing, after now he's taken over, I forget his name, skill of being able to get in people's blind spots.
Yeah.
And just seeing
Haruto, maybe?
I believe that's it.
Yeah, Haruto or something like that.
him just being able to see all the new routes and everything. And then with Baro, he's seeing routes but being cut off. And then after the second time, we see desolate path that is behind
Which
Baro.
I'm glad you said that, because one thing I just want to plug here is that one thing that I have loved with Blue Lock, manga or anime, is how well they visualize things.
The imagery is great.
Dude, it's so good, man. The battlefield thing
Yes.
with Rin is his name?
Yeah.
The battlefield thing with him, the desolation behind Baro and stuff. Dude, the imagery is so good.
Like, even whenever they set up the match in the previous, so just everyone's eyes.
Yes. I love the imagery in this series, dude. It's so good. Also, quick shout out to Blue Lock now having 20 million copies in circulation.
If only Japan had won the World Cup.
I know, bro. That would have been legendary. Oh my god. Anyway, continue.
And overall, we're just getting a lot of Isagi, just him trying to figure out what he needs to do to win this game, because he's seeing how Kunigami, Chigiri, and Ryo have just formed this trifecta of being able to work off each other with Chigiri's speed, and Chigiri gets a small evolution of him just figuring out how to trap the ball without having to slow down to combat Nagi, where he just tips the ball forward and just keeps going.
Yep.
Kunigami hasn't really had anything. He's just been there. And then Ryo more or less having his obsession with Nagi of just like, I'm going to beat Nagi. And I'm going to make him feel the same pain I felt.
Yeah.
He's going to feel it. I don't care what
it's
who we get.
straight, just creepy obsession at this point.
Yes. It's like, he thinks he can abandon me. I'm going to abandon him.
It's like, I'm going to make him crawl back to me and beg to have me back. And I'm like, no. That's basically what he's trying to do right now.
Yeah.
Like a true obsessed ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, and we see, which, speaking of imagery, we get a lot of the puzzle piece imagery in this episode
I always love the puzzle piece imagery, man.
of Isagi trying to figure out what he can do, and him finally realizing what he can do is he's trying to force Baro to play how he'd like, and he's realized, I'm not going to force Baro to do anything. I'm going to just let him play how he wants to, and I'm going to use him.
Yep.
And which leads to him using Baro as a decoy, and him and Nagi being able to score several goals to tie up the game.
Yep.
And Baro coming to the realization of, he just used me. And seeing just the sort of, it's not really despair, but how he feels like he's been completely undermined in some form or fashion in his eyes.
And then also Isagi really rubbing the salt in the wound for that thought.
Yes.
Where he's like, just stay out of her way, you
He's
donkey.
just like, keep playing how you're playing, and we'll do what we need to. You donkey, which Baro's been calling him since the first half of the season. And yeah, there's a great moment, but yeah, we're still. And then we did have, I don't remember if it was this episode or previous episode, we had that moment of Ren's team in stage 3 or 4, where they're just like, where it's like, hey, will you play us? And everyone running away.
Yep.
And Bachira's just like, oh, it's fine. I'm not ready to play anyways. I'm waiting for Isagi to show up. It's like, you sure he's gonna make it? I was like, Isagi will make it.
Yeah, he's gonna figure it out.
He'll make it. Because they're the top 3 plus Bachira, and everyone's like, no, we don't want to do that.
Yep. It's like, oh no, I'm good. Thanks, man.
Yeah, we're gonna go this way.
Yeah. Sorry, man. No, Blue Lock has been freaking phenomenal from start to where we are now.
Yes.
Like even my guy Steve, who will pop in and chat from time to time, even he's hooked on it. Where like he started checking it out, and then the first thing that I heard from him is like, man, when they beat Team V, my blood was pumping. I was so excited.
How do you feel about the team of Wakamaru, Bakugo character, and Wagami?
I think it's gonna be interesting.
That is a wild team, and then getting the reveal that the brother does suck. And his voice actor choice was fantastic.
Oh, I can't. Yeah. Yep.
I'm going to tell you now, we don't get any more of them.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. They don't pop up again until Selection 3.
Oh, okay.
Because that's a wild selection, mind you.
Is that how far have you gotten? Is it the last selection?
I don't think it is.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of it.
Because I know a few things about where the manga is like right now.
Yeah.
Where our characters are. I do actually know a few things, but I don't know like story. I just know like essentially kind of where a couple characters are.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious how many selections there are. But like I said, I'm probably gonna start reading the manga after the season's done. Once season's done, I'm gonna probably binge it, catch up, and it'll probably be in the lineup here in the near future. I've enjoyed Blue Lock. Blue Lock's awesome.
It looks good.
Great soundtrack too. Always. Soundtrack's always amazing. Anyway, favorite episode of the week.
Handyman Saito.
You know, I was gonna give it to Blue Lock until the Easter egg. I'm gonna go to Tokyo Revengers just because of the cheeky fucking Easter egg, dude. Again, if you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. You'll find out in like 2 years, and just remember this.
I mean, they'll probably throw throwbacks to it in that episode.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get to chapter ratings for the week and wrap up the show beautifully.
Because I guarantee you, most people don't remember it once we get
Yeah, no chance.
B Squad arc.
Oh, I can't wait for the B Squad arc.
That arc is gonna be so weird,
Dude, I'm so excited. I love that arc. That's my
it's
favorite
a good arc, but it's so weird.
That's my favorite arc of Tokyo Revengers. I'm here for it. I'm fucking ready for it, man. All right, let's hit chapter ratings here. So first two for Shonen Jump. We're on a break, being One Piece and My Hero. Be back up this week. I have seen some pretty sweet leaks for both of them. Really excited to read these. I will say My Hero though has been like 9s and 10s recently. Like they have been.
Yeah, they've been good.
They've been fucking bangers.
They've been amazing.
Like, oh my god. Like not only have they just been good from like a story content and stuff. Like the end of the last chapter. Like bro, the art on that page is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that last panel was amazing, dude. It's such a great that's wallpaper. My manga wallpaper I have that needs to get put on there now instead of the other one that I have for the My Hero slot of it, because that is awesome shot. Anyway, Black Clover 350 though.
I'll give it a 7.
I'll give it a 7 as well. JJK 212.
9.
Really? I saw a couple of images on Twitter, and all I have to ask is, what the fuck happened? A lot happened, clearly.
So we finally got a callback to that deal made originally with Sukuna, all the way back during the beginning.
Oh my god.
We finally get to see what it was.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I had no context. All I had was pictures.
Yep.
And I'm just like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
My favorite thing about all the pictures was one of like Yuji just getting like his shit smacked, whatever. And someone's caption was, man, Gigi hates this boy so much.
Yeah.
He hates his main character. Oh man. I will say, just like the images that I've seen on Twitter, that might finally motivate me to finally catch up on this. We'll see.
I mean, it's gonna be a wild ride, man, because like it's just sort of everywhere. But
yeah, I have a lot of content because I'm still in the games.
Yeah,
is where I stopped. I think I stopped because I went and found it recently when I got and I think I stopped around where it was like the manga author character, the mangaka.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, that's where I stopped.
Yeah, because it goes to him and then it goes to somebody else for several chapters, and then it brings him back, and you go, "Who the fuck is this again?"
Yeah, exactly.
Because he ends up going fighting against a slot machine dude.
Yeah, that's where I am. So I got a ways to go.
There's some wild powers in JJK.
Facts.
Make no sense.
Mission Yozakura Family 164. I would give this one probably a 9, and I just want to further stress my Mission Yozakura Family has just been phenomenal for probably the last. I mean, it's always been good to me nonstop, but like probably like last 10 to 15 weeks, it's just been consistently incredible content. Undead Unluck 145. Again, incredible content of the last X amount of weeks, but we're still it's been good content, but I feel like the last maybe 4 chapters are all right, I'm done with this kind of vibe, because now it feels like I understand what we're doing. I totally get it, understand it, but now it's like, all right, rinse and repeat, copy and paste, because it's the same thing of all of these characters that you met throughout the series. You know, now Fuko is in this new loop, and she's now trying to prevent all of their tragedies from happening.
Yeah.
And it's just rinse and repeat.
Which has been doing that for almost like 5 months now, right?
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I would probably say that started maybe 2 months ago.
Okay.
But it's just rinse and repeat. I mean, like, you know, we have like 2 or 3 chapters based on this character and preventing their tragedy. We have 3 or 4 chapters on this character and preventing theirs. And now where we're setting up this new one, we're setting up to prevent the tragedy of 3 characters at the same time.
That is the unfortunate trap of loops.
Yeah, exactly. Because it just so happens that the 3 characters they're going to prevent the tragedies for, which I only remember the names for 2 off the top of my head, being Billy and Creed. I don't remember the other guy's name. All 3 of them happen to have their negating abilities unlocked all at this same time in this war that they are partaking in, because they're in the military. So like you're gonna get to have 3 characters knocked out, 1-1-1, boom, boom, boom. But it's just like I don't know. It's just been rinse and repeat for a while, and I'm kind of done with it. Where I'm like, all right, let's get to the next part. I get what we're trying to do, but let's get to the next part. I don't know. I'd give it maybe a 7 personally. Mashle 142.
I'll give it an 8.
I'll give it 8 as well. Sakamoto Days 105.
I'll give it an 8.
I'll give it a 7. Elusive Samurai 96.
I'll be honest, I don't know how to rate this one. Because we had a character who had a great moment, and it's the introduction of this character, and they off him in the same panel. He gets introduced, has a moment, and gets offed.
Unfortunate.
I'm just like, what? Dude catches a katana in his mouth.
Ooh.
And we're not talking like supernatural powers. He just straight up catches a katana in his mouth. I'll give it a 7.
Blue Box 87.
I fail for that girl, so I'll give it a 9. He deserved that slap.
I give it a 9 as well. I do agree. He deserved that slap. P6 67.
7.
Akane-Banashi 48.
8.
Next one up would be Kaiju. Did have a chapter, I think. It did not. I guess the chapter I wrote today was last week's. My fault. So then Spy Family 75. Man, those last like 2 pages. Jesus Christ,
man.
where are we going with this?
I don't know.
I'm like, where are we going with this? Oh my God. Although I love it because it's like, oh shit, like actual major plot stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
There's a character.
I'll give it a 9.
I'll give it a 9.
Just because, like I said, actual major plot stuff.
I'm very curious to see what it actually is because I'm leaning towards bipolar.
I can see that.
Yeah.
All right. So Weekly Shonen Magazine stuff. Looking at it just now, I realized I did not read it today. I meant to read it today. I had something pop up with work, and I forgot after that when something popped up. So out of these 3, the only one you're reading is Eden Zero, 226. Did you read it?
Nope.
Okay, moving on. Unordinary, 292.
7.
I'll agree with a 7. Weak Hero, 228. 9. 9. Love it. The shit's about to go down, Bubba. Let's
I'll
go.
give it an 8.
The shit is about to go down. LC 207.
I'll give it an 8 as well.
Down to Earth 132. Zay, not like this.
What?
Not like this, Zay, please.
Okay.
That's all I'll say. Not like this, please. Although I will also shout out Sub-Zero is coming back like in 10 days.
Hey.
Really excited for Sub-Zero to come back. I think Let's Play is coming back this month too. Could be wrong. Could be wrong on that. Also, apparently Let's Play is getting a dating sim. The author is making a dating sim.
That's pretty funny.
It's called Evergate, I think. I followed it on Twitter because I'm curious to see the progress.
That's pretty funny.
But yes, it is a dating sim for Let's Play.
That's very on brand.
It is. I give props. Look, nothing but respect. Props. I haven't heard any more about Mage and Demon Queen or Suitor Armor or Immortal Weakling coming back. But like I said, Sub-Zero, I think, is coming back on the 19th, which the author's been putting out some pretty sick art of the characters, and I'm really excited for this series to come back. Pumped up for it. Favorite chapter of the week?
Probably gonna have to give it to JJK for the first time in a while.
Ooh, okay. That is the first time it'll freaking... God, it probably hasn't been once since Shibuya incident.
Probably.
Damn, okay. I'll probably give it to Weak Hero. I loved Weak Hero's chapter,
Weak
man.
Hero was
Dude,
good.
it was so good. So Weak Hero was about to just pop off. Oh, shit's about to be
Weak Hero and
crazy.
Eleceed are both at a good point because Eleceed's about to pop off as well.
Is Eleceed like popping off just like in like the conclusion arc or like end of series?
main drama buildup.
Okay, gotcha.
Because it went from a standoff of the tops of the World Academy versus our crew to it being interrupted by a group that wants to kill all the students in the academy. And also reveals their vice principal and one of the professors is also part of this group, has trapped all the other principals and professors, and are now currently trying to murder all the students.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And Jai Woo, being Jai Woo, saves someone as before they're murdered. But what no one realizes is there's 2 cats in the background ready to transform it into everybody's shit.
Series is wacky.
Being Kaden and Carotene.
Right.
Doesn't matter what Jai Woo does because it's going to be awesome and he's going to do his thing. But then Big Daddy Kaden's going to roll up and be like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
I will say with Weak Hero, it does feel kind of bittersweet that we're here, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it's not a bad thing because like the series has been very well paced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exceptionally well paced. So like, but at the same time, it's just like it is a little bittersweet that we finally have reached this point. Like, I mean, probably within, I would say, my guess with how well they do pacing, maybe within 5 chapters, we're gonna start the fight.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's bittersweet that we're here, but Weak Hero, man, is gonna have an unbelievable climax.
Oh, easily.
I can't freaking wait, and
I feel sorry for that author because he's gonna have to draw a lot of tattoos.
I was just about to say that. I can't wait to see what they do with Donald Na. Because man, I'm telling you, me and you point that out, where it's just like, dude, this guy's got a lot of tattoos. It's gonna be a pain to draw. And then after the start of the new season, Donald Na permanently was always wearing long sleeve shirts to cover up the tattoos.
I'm gonna be in the other series I showed you, Reality Quest.
Yeah,
she's still wearing a mini skirt. That
is dedication.
They fully accepted.
That is dedication to those tattoos.
They got a copy art somewhere there. They just go, all right, there's her legs. We're good.
Dude, they got to. Look, I don't know if I'll check out that series, but man, the moment that a new season or something starts and she's starting to wear pants or like leggings under the skirt, you let me know immediately. I want to know if the author gave up on the tattoos. I want to know.
They're going on vacation. She's still wearing something that shows off her legs. So
okay. Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, like for the people that's listening that don't like read the webtoons, I'm telling you, just go Google Donald Na Weak Hero and just look at all of those tattoos he's got because they're so damn detailed. And for like 2 or 3 seasons, they were always on reveal.
Yep.
And then starting with whatever season, all of a sudden he's wearing long sleeve shirts permanently.
This season.
And has been ever since.
Yep.
Me and Zach, we've talked about it before it happens. Like, man, that's going to be a bitch to draw.
Because someone didn't realize that they needed to make an asset where it's just his tattoos.
Yep.
But then again, they put it literally over his entire torso and just realized, like, we can't just use the same asset.
Yeah. Man, unfortunate. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up the show. Zach, any last thoughts, anything we chat about here today?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. I'm hitting the music. We'll get out of here.
Like, comment, subscribe, rate, whatever your platform allows. It does help. If you're watching this live, you can definitely follow us on whatever platform you're watching it live to help us out. And we will be here maybe next Thursday. I don't know. Maybe something comes up again.
We should be. I mean, this is the one show that gets shafted the most. But in theory, we should be live again next Thursday. So shout out to that. Make sure to stay tuned and follow it any channel, whether it be at Animan Plus on YouTube or at Sparky3 or at Twitch.tv/Sparky3 or at Twitter even. We're live everywhere. You can join the Discord. Is another way to stay up to date with everything. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, guys, have a good one. See ya.